Mahdism will be all over the world. Mahdism is a very metaphysical thing, but these people think that we will do it by politics. But God doesn't allow politics. By delicate politics, by engaging in delicate politics, people think that they can reign the world. Yes, but you can only aid the system of Mahdi by the delicate politics. You cannot do it by other systems. You cannot do it by bricks. They consider Mahdism as a palace. They think that they can build Mahdism by putting bricks one upon another. But this is not the case. Mahdism is a part of the destiny. It is predestined and it proceeds metaphysically. For instance, as you see, God defeats everything, every hindrance before the system of Mahdi. God doesn't accept anything before Mahdi. He ruins everything before Mahdi. Because Mahdism, it is not the time is not ripe for Mahdism. The Mahdism is not here yet. And in the verse of the Quran also, we can see that people always ask for the Mahdism. We only say it is near, it is close. I said it is metaphysical, and all people felt really astonished about it. You cannot establish the system of Mahdi by projects. There is a system that God wills and it naturally goes by as it develops in the womb of a woman. You cannot develop a baby in the womb artificially, right? You cannot feed him from outside. So they think that they can nourish that baby themselves, but you can't do it. It is predestined by God. Whenever the time is right for it, it will do it. They are in haste. They think that they can do it all of a sudden, and they think that whoever is first, they will take Mahdism. No, this is not the case. You can't achieve Mahdism, accomplish the system of Mahdi by this way. By being a smart aleck, you cannot be the Mahdi. They think that there is a flag there and they can capture it without other people seeing it. And some people are in haste. Well, no one can take that flag without other people knowing it. No might in the world can do it. That is a blessing that will be granted to its owner in return for the ordeals Mahdi goes through. It's a blessing. It is a symbolic dominance, and it is not a long one indeed. It's only 3 or 4 decades. It is like the blink of an eye. And it is not a glorious time indeed. Mahdi will reign from his coach. And that word coach is chosen on special. Mahdi doesn't have palaces or what? Mahdi's palace is in his heart. The whole world is the palace of Mahdi. It is not a single building. Because he is the Imam of all the world. God doesn't create the day of judgment because of Mahdi. This is what God says. While the day of judgment was near, God stopped it for Mahdi's sake. The day of judgment is awaiting. It is right on the door. Once Mahdi goes by, it's a system that will enter into the equation. But it is right now locked because of the Mahdi's presence. Jesus and Mahdi stops the day of judgment. God makes them instrumental for it. But once they pave the way for it, then the day of judgment will come swiftly. In one verse of the Quran, God says, God chooses whomever He wishes, and He creates whomever He wishes. In one verse of the Quran, God says that the religion will prevail only when they do not ascribe partners to God. Prophet Moses was a brilliant person. He had a pharaoh. and his state was the mightiest country of the world. He had an army, a huge army. And now, because the time is close, they think that whoever is first, he will take the system of Mahdi. And some have lost their minds because of their haste. They consider the system of Mahdi as a vacant house, and they think that whoever goes first into that house, they will take it. Mahdi will become the leader of the world when he is very old, and it lasts only for 7 years. And 7 years is a very, very short while. And then God takes his soul away while he is in his car. He loses his soul, and he becomes a martyr. And then Jesus will replace him. And that blessed person will live for a very short time, and God will also take his soul. Our prophet says, just put my right a vacant place. Abu Bakr is on the left, and his grave is just beside him. Ömer on the right is on a far place. And he asks his people to bury Jesus when he dies. But as I understand it, there's also a place for Mahdi there. Maybe, probably, Jesus will be on both Jesus and Mahdi will be next to him. There is a space for two people there. And he says, we will be the first ones who will stand up from the graves. So this is something incredible indeed. God will make them stand up from their graves all together. All the world will stand up from their graves all of a sudden. It is not something, it's not a system that we know of right now. When the time comes, we will understand what kind of a system it is.